Hi YouTube, in this video we're going to be looking at this. This is the Neewer LT38, the big brother of the LT32 that I recently reviewed. Join me and see what I think of it. Roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian James, that Mega Four Thirds guy with you once again, and today I'm on the beautiful island of Cyprus in the Mediterranean, in the blue Mediterranean Sea. It's gorgeous today, about 23 degrees, and I've got out with me a tripod. It wouldn't be my choice to bring here, I'll be honest with you, because this is the Neewer LT38, the big brother of the LT32, which I reviewed a month or two back. You'll find there's a link above to that. And this is a paid review. So in other words, I got the tripod to review. I got the tripod free, which I can keep. However, I haven't been told what to say about it. It would be good or bad. I've just been given free rein. So this is my honest opinion of it. Now, I've said in reviews of tripods in the past, I'm not a great tripod user. Excuse the noises of both coming out. I'm not the greatest of tripod users, but I do need them. I need them for doing videos like this. And I do tend to do some shots with long lenses where, in poor light, where I need to have a really stable platform. And I've always found that tripods to be hit and miss in that. Well, I've had a few really nice ones recently. If you remember, I did one for a K&F tripod, which I've absolutely adored, and I'll be doing a re-review of that very, very soon. About a year ago. There's a link above. But a few months ago I was asked by Neewer if I would be interested in reviewing some of their equipment, and they sent me through a little LT32 tripod, and again there's a link to that video above, and I was knocked out by it. That would have been the tripod I would have brought to Cyprus if it had been my choice, but I've already done a review on this one. And what happened is Neewer reached out again and they said, well, you did a great review of the LT32, you obviously enjoyed it, would you be interested in doing another one? I said, yeah, what is it? And she said, the LT38. Now this is 2 levels above the LT32 in the current new range that they've got, so it's a considerably bigger tripod. And the problem with the bigger tripod when you come on holiday, they can be heavy, they can be overlong. Well, this was great. Although it wasn't my choice, this has been absolutely superb. Weight-wise, it's about 1.5 kilos. It's not that much. All carbon fibre construction, and slightly shorter in the bag than the K&F that I brought this time last year. So it's not a problem bringing it across on holiday with you. And it's a lovely, lovely tripod. I'm really impressed by it. I've been impressed by the products. The LT32, I made a few comments on. This one I think overcomes it, but let's have a look and start down the tripod and from top to bottom, and we'll discuss it there. I'll show you some photographs of the tripod as I'm going on. Well YouTube, this is Brian of the future, because I suddenly realised that I'd lost all the footage I'd done in Rickaby Park in the UK before I came here, where I was giving you all the specifications of the tripod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take you through the specs while you're watching this review video and give you the ability to do that, so it makes it much easier. Anyway, the LT38. Retail price $299.99 if you buy it on the Neewer site. That's going to be, I presume, the same in pounds, so about £299.99. And there's a link below if you want to go through that affiliate link, which helps this channel a bit as well. I'm seeing the specs on here. The folded radius is 7 centimeters, so a folded length, which is important if you're going to be bringing it in the case. I'm reading these off the iPad at the minute. Is 19.7 inches, which is 50 centimeters. And I think that's including the case, if I'm not mistaken. Max load, a lot of you asked for max load, and that is 10 kilos, that's 22 pounds, so that's going to be more than you're going to need for almost any camera lens combination, including the accessories on top as well. Weight of the tripod, again, if you're going to be carrying this around the place, 1.43 kilograms, so not particularly heavy at all. Legs, because you can fold the legs up to different angles, that's 22 degrees, 55 degrees and 83 degrees, so really adaptable on that one. The head itself is 360 degrees swiveled, 90 degree tilt, and a panorama 360, you'll probably see with the markings on the video on this one. Multiple 1/4 inch threads around the body, metal spring buckle rather than a plastic one. Bubble level, yes, it's got a bubble level. Height, when it's fully extended, is 155 centimeters, but it goes down as small as 15 centimeters, which is really good.
It's a carbon fibre shaped tube, which again you'll see in that, a hexagonal tube, and it's got a 40mm low centre gravity ball head included, invertible centre column with a hook design, and that allows you, if you're going to be doing those macro shots, to get underneath. And non-slip silicon feet. Doesn't have the metal studs, as a non-slip silicon feet. So again, as I say, you can get through the link in my description. You can go onto the affiliate site, and you can, if you support it through that, be really good. And that also goes for any of the Neewer products that you do through that link. Anyway, back to the video. See you soon.
Now, first of all, it has an Arca Swiss head, and I think the Arca Swiss is fabulous, because the Arca Swiss, it's becoming something of a de facto industry standard. An awful lot of lenses which have a shoe thing on the bottom, on longer lenses, will come, as well as having the screw thread, a 1/4" screw thread on the bottom. Quite a lot of them are having Arca Swiss channels on the side, which means instead of having to screw it on, you can just apply it straight into the head. You don't even need to use an adapter plate. This one has the full-size Arca Swiss, unlike the LT32, which had the little square miniature Arca Swiss, which, if you remember, also doubled as a peak design mount as well, so it was very adaptable for that. But I rather like the full-size Arca Swiss, and this one is a full-size, but of course will allow that smaller one to fit, so you can swap it over. You can't swap these ones onto the LT32, but the LT32 mount you can swap onto this. There are the 1/4" mounts all over this. There's one on the actual Arca Swiss head itself, the opposite side to where the bubble level is. So there's one on there. As we go down around the head where the legs are attached, there are one in between each leg. There's 3 of them there. So if you're mounting accessories to this, it is very, very adaptable. As I say, going back up the head itself, again, like I've said in the past, it has a large diameter ball insofar as the head mount, and being a large diameter means there's a big surface area. You don't have to be ratcheting the handle to be able to get stability and get it tight. It's literally nip it tight, you're no straining, which means that you're not putting strain in the joints. They'll last a lot longer. You're not going to be ruining it by having to overdo it just to stop it from wobbling around. So, unlike a lot of the other tripods which I've done, which have been towards the top end, this one does have plastic screws rather than metal handle screws, but they're good quality. They're not going to let you down, and because you're not having to strain them too much, it's easy. It has a nice 360 graduated head as well, so if you're doing panoramic shots, you can see around the graduations on that, which means you can get exact shots every time. Easy, but sometimes I've seen tripods which just omit them, and to me it's straightforward. Of course, the head will come off, so you can put your favourite head on there and replace it with this. But to me, this is a great little head, unless you're doing video work where you want to have sort of fluid damped heads and things. For normal photography, I think this is an absolute great head. All the construction of the mounts are all cast aluminium or an aluminium alloy, including, as I said, the Arca Swiss mount. The head itself finished in this metallic, not metallic, satin grey. Really nice, really well done, beautifully finished, and as I say, I just think the whole thing goes together really well. Moving down, as I say, you can take the centre column out, and unlike on the other one, the centre column on this one doesn't have the tool on. If you remember on the LT32, the little handle, the little hook at the bottom where you can hang something to give it stability from weight, if you hadn't done it, you had an Allen key, which was great. This one has 3 different size Allen bolts on, so you get the Allen keys separate, but you don't keep it with you. But again, it's a reversible vertical extension, so if you want to put it underneath for macro work, it's very easy just to take out, reverse, pop it back in, and again you can unscrew it and put in your different heads, as I say, if you want to. The legs on this are particularly interesting because they're carbon fibre, same as on most of the other tripods that I've been looking at recently, the carbon fibre legs, but instead of being round, these ones are a strange sort of elongated hexagon shape. Very, very unusual, very strong looking, and beautifully finished as you'd expect on this. I think most camera gear these days is becoming so good in the finish. They're all from China, they're all from that sort of Chinese production line, but the fit and finish of things is just superb. There's no wobbling, there's no play in anything. Everything just feels smooth. As you move the legs, it seems to almost have a damped feel because it's so smooth, but no wobbling, it's not loose at all. One of the things I really do like, at the top of the legs here, you've got to sort of slide down lock, which allows the legs to elevate up beyond the normal sort of tripod area. So if you're putting it onto rocks or something where you've got an uneven surface, it's great. It will actually go beyond horizontal, so you could actually have something slightly above you if you needed to, which is very unusual. Most of them stop horizontal. These things create nice locks, so as you lift it up past the point, it will lock in place, so it won't allow you to go any further. It locks it off unless you pull the little slider down. And when you put them all together, push the slider up and it locks the legs perfectly in place and not going to slip at all. 4 section legs, so it's quite a tall tripod. As I say, the LT32 is a little bit smaller. And just like on the LT32, this LT38 has the lever locks. Again, there's pros and cons on them. Sometimes I find that the screw locks, as on other tripods, are easier. These ones I tend to find especially good. And if you're old and you've got maybe a bit of arthritis coming in, these are really good. Again, they seem to be well put together, so you're not having to force them. And I don't think they're going to start letting you down by slipping in use. They seem to be really well manufactured. Unlike some of the other tripods, though, this one has fixed feet. It doesn't have the ability to put spikes in, but they are a non-slip silicone foot on this, which gives a great deal of stability, especially on slippery surfaces. And even if it's got liquids on the floor, this tripod will be stable. Again, like I've said in the past, that centre column has the hook on the bottom, so if you want to hang your camera case on it just to give it more weight and stability, especially in winds, then it's absolutely superb for that. So again, what do I think overall? Well, the price tag at about $299 I think is fair and reasonable. I've had more expensive tripods, I've had cheaper tripods. So I think this is a reasonable figure for the quality and the stability of this tripod and its weight handling. As I say, you can pay $100+ just for an Arca Swiss head for a tripod. So I think it's really good on that. I think that overall it's going to be a very reliable, dependable tripod, insofar as I've said, the fixtures and fittings don't seem to be having to be strained to lock them. I usually find if you have to strain something, then it becomes just weakened over time. These seem to be really good. So where you've got friction surfaces, it seems to be large areas so that they don't slide, rather than just little points where you've got to force them together. There is, if you are interested in helping me out, an affiliate link to Neewer underneath, and I'll be honest, that gets me a few pounds to the channel if you buy something. It doesn't cost you any more, but it does get a little bit to help support the channel, so if you can do it through there, then I really appreciate it. Now, I brought, as I say, my G100 across with my 100 to 300mm lens, which isn't a huge setup, but it's big enough for this, and I'll try and get a picture of it. I haven't done one more. I'll try and get a picture of it on there. At the moment, I've got the tripod with my DJI Pocket 3 on. But I'll try and get a picture of that. It's been super stable with that camera on, no problems whatsoever. I think it can take somewhere around about 22 pounds in camera weight, or about 10 kilos, which is a huge amount of weight, far more than any DSLR shooter is going to be using in normal use, even with a super long lens. But yeah, overall I'm very impressed with this. Would I buy one myself if I wasn't getting this to review? Yeah, I think I would actually. I think I'm very impressed with both this, the LT32. There's an LT35 as well, which is in between those. So if you want something sort of midway, then have a look towards that. It's a little bit less expensive. But I personally would say if super length, if you don't want it to be super short for travel, then this would be probably the ideal tripod, I think, because it goes nicely high enough. I've got it sort of on the 4 legs here, extended, but I've got the center section right down, and I could lift it way up from here. It is nicely put together. I think it's going to be dependable, reliable, and Neewer are a good company. They've got a good name. They've been going a good while. I still say the same things as I said in the LT32 video. You do some fantastic lighting, please do some dedicated to Micro Four Thirds, Olympus and Lumix cameras, because I can't use your speed lights, and I've used your speed lights on other camera systems on Canon before, and I was knocked out by them. But I can't do a review of your lights until you do one for Micro Four Thirds, since I'm the Micro Four Thirds guy. So Neewer, if you're listening, please consider the Micro Four Thirds users. We're a big market, and we'd love to use your speed lights and strobes. Anyway, apart from that, what do I see wrong in it? Well, I'm struggling, to tell you the truth. Really struggling. It just seems spot on for everything that I want it to be. Comes in a nice travel bag. If I can find the travel bag behind me, I may be able to. There we are. Nice travel bag, sort of polyester sort of thing. with a little storage pocket inside where you can keep your Arca Swiss head, your Arca Swiss adapter. As I say, it comes with the 3 Allen keys and a neat solid little bag which is strong, got a good zip on it, and a nice little carry handle. What more can you say? So yes, if you're interested in any of the Neewer products, go by affiliate link. I'd really appreciate it down below. But this, yeah, it's absolutely superb. If you have watched some of the videos that I did in the UK, I apologise if I've covered some of the same ground twice, but the chance of giving a review of something in the nice sunshine and heat rather than the rather bleak UK at the moment, I'll choose this place anytime. Anyway, let me know what you think of it. If you want to drop me a comment below, I'd love to see that. I read as many of the comments as I possibly can. If you are also one of my Patreon patrons, thank you very much for being so. If you're not, there's a link in the description below. These wonderful people are my Patreon patrons, and they support the channel financially and with a lot of the comments, so I really do appreciate them. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, about half the people who watch this channel aren't subscribers. Please do subscribe. It helps the channel grow along with the likes, but it also means that if you are a subscriber, it helps YouTube's algorithms to spread the videos to more and more people. Anyway, till the next time, have a look at some of these videos wherever they are either side, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.